in my opinion, all social media has switched to the TikTokification of social media. I actually think it's good because what it does is like subscribers mean nothing. Yep. Followers on Instagram mean nothing. They're literally just a vanity metric now. And so the only thing that matters is click, retain, reward. That's it. Like that, and it doesn't matter what the platform is, they're all the same. Is like, did you get them to click? Did you get them to watch? And did you get them to come back? Yeah. That's it. And so the algorithm, like it also, by doing that though, it makes it, there's never been a better time to start, because in the earlier days when it was subscriber based, it was basically like an email list. Like you build a subscriber base and then they push out your stuff to subscribers, but they don't do that anymore at all. And now it's just like, they do lookalike audiences based on what they predict someone will like your thing or not. And so you could be a brand new account and have your first video do 10 million on the first upload ever, which I think in some ways is like a great equalizer, and it makes the content king.
Yeah. And so actually going to the shorts for a second, you're a team of 16 people. Yeah. What % of your work with you and your team goes, you think, into shorts versus the long form stuff?
I mean, my shorts for me is like almost no work. That's all the team.
Okay.
That's all them.
So they're cutting up your long form stuff.
Yeah, that's almost the majority of it. We did direct to camera stuff early to kind of like kickstart things, but it is, I can't remember the last direct to camera shoot we did.
Because direct camera versus it's a different setup.
Different experience.
So like you're no more direct to camera.
Not that I'm not against it. It's just that they've got enough other stuff, and I prefer the other stuff because I think it's more like organic.
Yeah.
Usability per minute of footage is highest. Whereas if we do a vlog day, they're going to get 3 or 4 shorts from a full day, but they got to go through like 8 hours of content. Whereas if I do like 2 hours of direct to camera, we have like 100 shorts.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And so what about from this? This you pull like what, like 20, 15 shorts?
You would know.
Yeah, it all depends. Like say like
10, 20 shorts. Okay.
Yeah, really 10-ish.
So you go for 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. And your spend a year ago was like, I think like 120 grand a month. Like, what do you think that looks like now?
It's probably double.
Okay. So 240.
Yeah.
And are you getting paid on AdSense, any of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not enough to make it bad.
It doesn't equal it out. Okay.
No, it doesn't equal it out.
But it's okay. The deal flow is good.
Yeah. No, yeah. Like, media's just like a loss leader if you want to consider it from that perspective. We lose money on media, which is funny because people are like, he makes money on his $2 book, which by the way, Amazon takes, you get paid like 30 cents on a book. That's $2. But anyways, that just goes to fund the money losing media team. And I say that with absolute love. You know what I mean? But that's, I mean, all marketing loses money until it makes you money. Like, that's,
it's a long game.
Yeah.
And rewinding back to the deal stuff for a second. So of the 24 LOIs that you do, that comes from content, by the way, so it does make money. Yeah. How many of those that actually go through?
About half.
Okay, got it. So 12 go through. Okay, pretty high conversion rate, but it's also good qualification.
Yeah, but I think we've just continued to get narrower and narrower. And I wouldn't be surprised. Well, our deal flow keeps going up. So if we might actually have the same number of deals done on 5 times the amount of deal flow. Yeah. Because we're just getting better and better at picking.
Yeah. Well, one more thing before we go back to content. Yeah. What is the craziest thing someone has offered you? Because here's the thing, right? Like, I do believe there is the brand equity that you have gets you good deal terms. Like there'll be agencies that come to me, oh yeah, we do 4 or 5 million a year. We'll give you 20%. It's like, what? Yeah. Like, great. So like, what is the craziest thing someone's offered you? Like their newborn, like anything like that?
Honestly, the people who make the craziest offers usually don't have anything of value to offer. You know what I mean? But I would say almost all the deals that we do have favorable terms. You know what I mean? In terms of both price and just terms in general. Like, we try to keep our contracts as simple as humanly possible. I've put this big emphasis on the legal team to make it plain English contracts. And like my lawyer had a heart attack when I was like, I want a 5th grader to be able to read this contract. Because the biggest issue that happens in the deal process for anyone who's ever done a deal is that their lawyer starts talking to your lawyer, and then they just keep having these conversations and translating back and forth. Yeah. And then you have all these miscommunications, and then
your
it's
bills keep going.
Yeah. And the only person who wins there is the lawyer. And so we've taken a little bit of a different approach of like, let's keep our conversation as primary, and then we together tell the attorneys what we want them to do. And that way, like any negotiating happens between us. And that way, because like I remember there was a deal we were working on, and their attorney, who wasn't even an M&A attorney, by the way, if you are going to sell your company or have somebody invest, like have an M&A attorney. Anyways, it's like, no, he's a family friend. I'm like, doesn't mean he knows anything about M&A. So he was like, we need this non-compete to be, 24 months and a 50-mile radius around the brick and mortar locations.
They asked for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, so the lawyers are talking for like 2 weeks about this. And I called the founder up and I was like, are you planning on starting another chain? I was like, you still own majority of this business. Do you plan on competing with your own business? He was like, no. And I was like, cool. Then as long as you own majority of the business, you don't compete with your business. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. It's like, great. Glad we had this talk. You know what I mean? But like that was probably like $10,000 in lawyer fees that went back and forth that was settled by two entrepreneurs in 2 minutes.
Yep.
Just obvious stuff. You know what I mean? But like that kind of thing is the stuff that like hang nails, you know what I mean? Like on deals. Just a pain.